You know what bothers me? Yielding to pedestrians. I mean, don't get me wrong, motorists should yield to pedestrians in general. But the law and/or culture varies from city to city and from driver to driver as to the necessity of stopping to permit waiting pedestrians the opportunity to cross the street. And so you might say, oh, they just gotta stop. And that sounds like a great system. It probably would be if everyone did it. But not everyone does it. And meanwhile, some municipalities are all like, well, drivers have to stop already if there are people trying to cross. So let's just leave it up to that convention and save ourselves the cost and hassle of installing a stop sign or traffic signals, which would eliminate the fun ambiguity from the hundreds of life and death decisions citizens are kind of muddling through every day at this intersection or that one. So you, the pedestrian, are waiting to cross the street, and eventually one car stops, and the driver waves you across like he's assuming responsibility for your not getting run over, a responsibility he in fact cannot take on, as his control over traffic in the other lane or lanes is, let's just say, minimal. And now he's getting impatient because you didn't just jump on into the street at his suggestion, and eventually he goes, screw this, and just drives on, showing how unreliable his little empty beckoning promise of safety was in the first place. When I cross the street, my safety is my responsibility, because no one cares about it as much as I do, so I'm not just gonna outsource it to some rando who happens to be driving by. A dozen things could go wrong. I mean, how do I know the idiot behind him won't try to pass? I'm waiting for a safe gap, and any driver who stops and tries to wave me across is just delaying the arrival of that gap. Of course, it's only a matter of time before cars drive themselves, and idiots in cars will be free to give their full attention to Pokemon Go, instead of only 2/3 of their attention as they do now. And the bright, wonderful super technology of tomorrow will render this whole problem moot, as long as I can avoid getting run over until then. So, you know, maybe it bothers me more than it should.